I'm interrupting today's scheduled Q&A thing for something a little bit different. We have a first ever public service announcement here on the vlog channel. In fact, we're not even going to do the normal intro thing. We're going to really emphasise that this is something completely different. If you're here looking for a normal vlog, come back tomorrow. This is important though, and it has been the thing that has completely dominated my day. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know all about this stuff. The YouTube restricted mode, or the YouTube not suitable for advertising nonsense that has been going on. It's been all over social media because I don't really read the news. I haven't paid that much attention to it, but certainly today it has well and truly been brought to my attention because I woke up this morning and you can't really tell now. There's only 1 or 2 videos on the channel that it still affects. But on my gaming channel, all of these little dollar signs that normally show that my videos are monetized, they'd all gone this orangey color, which says, in fact, there's one that I haven't submitted, says that it's not advertiser friendly, and I had to request a review. Immediately went into panic mode. Obviously, as you know, I'm in the process of leaving my job, making this my full-time thing. I cannot be in a situation where suddenly this income stream is pulled out from underneath me. So absolute panic set in. I contacted my multi-channel network, who have been absolutely no help, still haven't got back to me. I contacted YouTube directly, who they also haven't got back to me at the time of recording this video. I contacted them using this little help feature that you see at the bottom of the page on YouTube. If you click on help on there, you can then email them, which I did. And I emailed them about monetization and AdSense and went through all that rigmarole, but nothing from them yet. What I've actually found that I did that has helped is I use the review feature that it invites you to use. You can see I've still got one video there that's still under review. But I'd like to say I deliberately left this one so I could demonstrate it to you. That's not true at all. I must have just missed this one as I was going through. But if I click on this to show you the process, if you click on that, it will then load up this screen, which takes you to the normal monetization screen and basically tells you that your video is not being monetized for whatever reason. You can click through on this and have a look at what all the advertiser friendly rules are. And as you can see from looking at these, anyone who watches my videos knows that I don't have any sexually suggestive content other than the fact that I am an incredible specimen, but I don't think that's any more sexually suggestive than it needs to be. There's very rarely partial nudity. If you're new to the channel, there's never any partial nudity. There's no sexual humour, apart from that pitiful attempt at it that I just did. There's no violence. There's no display of serious injury. There's no events related to violent extremism. There's no inappropriate language. I don't even use the mini swears, the ones that don't really count. There's no harassment, no profanity, no vulgar language. I don't use drugs. I don't promote drugs. I don't talk about selling drugs or abusing drugs or any nonsense like that. And I am about as far from controversial as it's possible to get. I am a teacher. If I was controversial, I would be fired from that job long before YouTube decided to get their panties in a twist about everything. And if saying panties is sexually suggestive, then tell me this video is not suitable for advertising, YouTube. I dare you. No, I'm not daring you to do anything because you could just do it and ruin me. So, as you can see, I'm not breaking any of those rules. I assume I've just been flagged in some kind of random instance of being flagged. There's lots of articles that have appeared online over the course of today. This one's on Polygon, where they're saying that lots of gaming channels are being affected, just purely because they include the word gaming. I think that was mentioned on the Gamer Sutra article. The fact that there are people whose channels are just getting whipped off the internet. Well, not whipped off the internet, their monetization, their income source is being removed because of the fact that they're a gaming channel. Now, obviously, the effect on me as a white straight man, all that nonsense, I'm not being affected in the same way as members of the LGBT community. Obviously, the fact that they're having their content restricted by this restricted mode, and if you haven't seen the story, the general gist of it is that anything being gay is sexually provocative, apparently, according to YouTube's restricted mode, which just seems mad. I can't believe that's an actual thing. But I don't know, it just seems like the advertising algorithm has gone nuts. So we all remember the stories from last summer when there was this big kerfuffle when everyone started to panic because they were saying they were clamping down on profanity and extreme nonsense on YouTube, and lots of people got very panicky because they thought they weren't going to be able to swear in their videos anymore without their advertising revenue being taken away, which, for the record, I think is probably fair enough, depending on who the advertiser is. If it's an advertiser who are advertising sweary adult products, that's fine. They'll probably still advertise with you. So even in that circumstance, you shouldn't take away the ability to monetize a video. But you've got to expect, if you're producing controversial content that not everyone's going to agree with, that some advertisers aren't going to want to partner with you. That's fair enough. What isn't fair enough is YouTube basically censoring content based on the fact that it's got LGBT content in it, or that it's gaming content, or whatever other nonsensical reason there might be. I have had the day from hell. I've got a pounding headache. I have not been concentrating on anything other than getting this sorted out. I genuinely had to go through. In fact, let's click on the little review button and then you click save changes. This is the process I've been going through all day, and I've literally gone through and appealed all of my videos. And finally, the only response I've had from any company involved in this has been from YouTube themselves. When they got back to me with this video with just a blanket, yeah, all these videos are fine. After reviewing your videos, we determined that the content in your videos and video details are advertiser friendly. We all knew they were. As a result, all those videos have now been monetized again. Panic over, although for some reason it's not happened to all of them. What I would say though is that is the only email I have had at any point in this process. So if you're not as anal about checking your stats and checking your dashboard as I am, I'm talking specifically to content creators here. If you don't check this stuff regularly, now is the time to get onto your dashboard and actually check what's going on, because there isn't a notification email to say that you've been flagged up as part of this program. There isn't there's no big flashing sign. It literally is the fact that what used to be a green $sign or a white $sign on a green circle becomes this yellowy orange $sign, and that's it. You have to sort of hover over it to see what it actually means and then go through the process. So if you don't check stuff like that, and I went back, I mean all the way back, I don't know how far back I assume the green ones have gone all the way back here, but no, see, there you go. That one's from the 21st of January. I mean, there's not even any gaming content in that one. That was recorded on my phone. It's 47 seconds of me saying, yeah, I'm not very well. There's not going to be a video today. That one's still under review, which is just insane. There's a few here dating back to January. So this isn't just a case of most recent videos, a couple from December there as well. You're going to need to go back, check every page of the videos that you've created, just to try and figure out what's going on and submit them for review. There's another one there that I've missed. That one needs to be submitted. I just don't understand why there isn't a button just to do this automatically. And the other thing I don't understand is why my network and YouTube themselves haven't responded to any of the requests for support. This is effectively, I've lost a full day's income off of that channel, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a massive problem. It amounts to, I don't know, 10 quid maybe. On a really good day, I've lost 10 quid, which in the grand scheme of things isn't massive. But if I hadn't noticed it and it had gone on for a number of days, that starts to become multiples of £10. And also, you know, my network get 10% of every pound I generate on that channel. I thought that circumstances like this is what I was paying them for. They should have got back to me sooner. YouTube should have got back to me sooner. At the very least, someone should have contacted me to explain what was going on. Ultimately, they didn't. It's been a massively stressful day. I think it's now sorted through hours of hard work of just clicking that button over and over again on all these different videos. But luckily, we are sorted. My plans for the rest of the year, for now, seem to have been saved. It really emphasises how dangerous it is to have all your eggs in one basket. I would be terrified as a YouTube creator of my size to go into this with this being my only source of income. That would be mad. Luckily, there's the other bits and pieces as well. So if something disastrous did happen with YouTube, I'd have time to acclimatise, change direction, change the focus a little bit. But there was genuinely sort of an hour and a half this afternoon where I was sat there thinking, you know what, if this is it, if I can't make gaming content on YouTube anymore, I don't think from a business point of view I can justify making gaming content anymore. I had this plan drawn up where the vlog was going to move over to that channel because we've got the 11,000 subscribers over there. I was just going to literally pick the blog up, put it over there and say, here you go, this is where the vlog lives now. There will be a new channel at some point, but it won't be gaming related. Bye gaming. And it's awful because I really enjoy doing it. It started out as a hobby. I did it long before I was making any money doing it, but I have made a decision recently to make it into my job, into my business. And because of that, if this hadn't have turned out the way that, fingers crossed, it has, that could have been it. And it really emphasizes how at the mercy of the whims of these big companies I am going into what I'm doing. So there needs to be a lot of contingencies put in place, and you better believe I'm working on those contingencies now. I apologise, that has been very different to the normal kind of content on this channel. I know if you're not a content creator yourself, it was probably very dry and not particularly interesting. So I do apologise for that. We'll be back to normal tomorrow. The Q&A that we had planned for today will be coming out tomorrow. I've got the trip to Lincoln later in the week, which will be a bit interesting, a little bit different as well. So we'll be back to normal vlogging conditions later in the week. But that stuff, it has literally been all I thought about today. So if I'd have tried to do a Q&A with all that still in there and not able to get it out yet, it would have been a poor Q&A anyway. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for watching, and make sure you come back tomorrow to watch that Q&A.